heard on Thacker and a while back, we got Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, a sequel to the 80s classic that a lot of people really liked, myself included. And it got me thinking about another 80s classic that a lot of people want a sequel to, Gremlins. In recent years, the demand for Gremlins 3 has steadily increased. And it seems like in a day and age where we're getting sequels to all sorts of 80s movies, why hasn't Gremlins? I actually made a video on this topic a while back, and I came to the conclusion that the most likely reason is probably creative differences, although that hasn't been confirmed. But I do think it's likely. But to tie this back into the beginning of the video, I think the success of Beetlejuice Beetlejuice makes Gremlins 3 inevitable. How exactly? Well, let's go over what we know. Beetlejuice Beetlejuice made $451.5 million on a budget of $100 million. Beetlejuice Beetlejuice was a big financial success that almost made $500 million. The original Beetlejuice made $84.6 million on a budget of $15 million. That would be successful even today. Now, it's not surprising that Beetlejuice Beetlejuice made the profit that it did. It's a good sequel to a beloved 80s classic, and Beetlejuice has stayed in people's minds over the years because of animated series, video games, and even a Broadway musical. All the cards fell perfectly in place for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice to be a big success. Now let's take a look at Gremlins. Gremlins made $212.9 million on a budget of $11 million. Beetlejuice may have been a big success, but Gremlins was a smash hit. It would go on in just 6 years to get a sequel, while it took Beetlejuice 36 years. Sadly, Gremlins 2 the New Match didn't do amazingly, to say the least, making $41.5 million on a budget of $50 million. But Gremlins has also stayed in the minds of people, as it's become a Christmas classic. Video games, Gremlins 2 is getting more accepted and loved every day. Merchandise galore, and a recent animated series. I would say that just based off facts, the Gremlins franchise has that bit more popularity than the Beetlejuice franchise. If a sequel to Beetlejuice, which made around $80 million, can make almost $500 million, then I wouldn't be surprised if a sequel to Gremlins, which made around $200 million, could make around the same as Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, if not higher into the $500 million range. People have been wanting Gremlins 3 for a very long time. Of course, there's always that chance. It could end up like the newer Ghostbuster movies, where Ghostbusters Afterlife made $204.3 million on a budget of $75 million. Its sequel, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, made $202 million on a budget of $100 million. One could argue that the Ghostbusters franchise is stuck in the $200 million range, as there has never been a Ghostbusters film to make $300 million. But I feel like Afterlife would have done a lot better if the 2016 Ghostbusters had already done its damage. People want Gremlins 3, and so far at least, Warner Bros. Hasn't tarnished the brand. Hi, it's me from the future. Warner Bros. Has just announced 2 new movies that are in development. A new Goonies movie, we're not sure if it's a reboot or a sequel yet, but that's exciting, and the one that has me really excited, Gremlins 3. I've said this many times before, the movie I want to have in most in the entire world is a third Gremlins. And they have just announced Gremlins 3 is in development, with Chris Columbus returning to write it. The chances of this being announced the day after I recorded this video is insane. Maybe I was right. Maybe Beetlejuice Beetlejuice did make Gremlins 3 inevitable. And I guess also the Goonies. You don't know how excited I am. You don't know how happy I am right now. I am unironically shaking. Of course, it's just in development. It may not happen, but man, do I hope Gremlins 3 does happen and it's really good. Also, if you've been enjoying this video, think that you like subscribing. But I guess for now, bye, Oscar on Thacker.